Hello, hello, hello. This is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. If you do not know me, let me briefly introduce myself. I am a certified personal trainer, certified wellness coach, certified energy healer by birth. I'm an oracle, prophetess, and a natural healer. Today we're going to do our Herbal Friday videos. I'd let everyone know that I would do it on Sunday instead of Friday this week. And I was going to try to do three, but we're going to get through as many as we can in the time that we have. I was dusting, cleaning the floors, and then vacuuming. Took a Benadryl because my allergies were acting up pretty bad today. And then I got a little drowsy, and then the Holy Spirit said, "Oh, do the video." And I forgot, totally forgot that I was going to do it today. But I want to try to keep my word and stay on schedule. So let's go ahead and go into it. So for Herbal Friday that we're going to start with fennel. F as in Frank, Ennel. All right, fennel. Fennel is a commonly used vegetable in the Apic- Apicea or celery, carrot, parsley family. It has a licorice flavor and is very fragrant. It is found across the United States and Canada. She says that she grows it in her garden, but um am also able to find it along the roadsides and riverbanks in pasture land. So she says she particularly grows it, but sometimes she finds it on riverbanks and side of the road and things like that. So United States and Canada. So let's go here. Um, I wanted to also remind everyone that this is not, I am not a doctor. I'm a lot of things, but a doctor is not one. So I am not prescribing any type of natural remedy or herb or plant or vegetable to people. I just like to present the information enough for you to get curious enough to look it up and see if it works for you. I always recommend that you work with your doctors and your nutritionist to make sure that you are not allergic to anything that is suggested, or make sure that it doesn't interact with any of your medication. So be clear on that. So let's start with fennel. All right. The leaves are finely dissected with thread-like segments. Most, but not all varieties form a stem bud that sits on the ground or is lifted in a segment of the stem. Leaf branches fan out from the stem, forming the bud. Flower appears on umbels 2 to 6 inches. All right, so that just gives you a little bit of what it looks like. Um, I usually skip over that part because there are plenty of free apps on the App Store that you can use to identify plants. All right, trees, plants, any type of plant life. So I've used them before; they're really cool. So um, I recommend, like, especially if you're into herbs or you're going on a camping trip or to the lake or anything like that, anything in the woods, that you guys have an app like that so you can know exactly what you're using, because some plants look similar or there might be a slight difference. So you might want to make sure by using the app. All right, so fennel, edible use. The stem and leaves and seeds are edible. She prefers to roast the buds and use the seeds for seasoning. Right? Medical use. The seeds and roots are used to prepare remedies, but eating the plant is also healthy. Digestive problems. An infusion made from the seed is effective in the treatment of digestion problems. Take it after meals for the treatment of indigestion, heartburn, or flatulence. Right? It is also effective for constipation and stomach pains. In addition to using the infusion, have digest if you have digestive problems, add fennel seeds in your cooking. So that's a good way to incorporate it without having to always use that infusion. All right. Nursing mothers and colic. For treatment of colic, have the mother drink fennel infusion. It not only relieves the baby's colic, but it also increases the milk's flow. Non-nursing babies can take a spoonful of the infusion to relieve symptoms. Sore throats, laryngitis, gum problems. Funnel infusion is used as a treatment for sore throats. Gargle with the infusion to treat the infection and pain. The treatment is also effective for sore gums. Okay, so if your gums are sore as well. Urinary tract problems, kidney stones. For urinary tract infections, kidney stones, and other urinary tract problems, use a decoction of the fennel root. All right. Mental, excuse me, not mental, but menstrual problems and premenstrual, premenstrual tension. Okay. Fennels, sorry about that. I heard, I thought I heard something outside, but I'm not sure. It may have picked up on the camera, it may not have. Okay. So menstrual problems and premenstrual tension. All right. Fennel has the ability to regulate the menstrual cycle and the hormones affecting it. She prescribes She prescribes fennel seed tea for a variety of menstrual problems, including cramping, PMS, pain, pain, fluid retention, and other menstrual symptoms. Fennel contains estrogen like chemicals that work to restore the hormonal balance. That's a good one to know, ladies. All right, detoxifying. Diuretic. Fennel is a strong diuretic and detoxifier. It cleans toxins from the body and flushes them out through the urinary tract. Drink fennel seed tea up to 3 times daily to detoxify the body and remove excess fluids. Eyesight eye wash. I want to say conjunctivitis, eye inflammations. Okay. To strengthen eyesight, eat fennel with your meals. For information in for inflammations and eye infections, use fennel seed tea as an eye wash. It treats conjunctivitis, infections, and reduces inflammations of the eye. Okay, there is a warning, so every time I see a warning in the book, I like to point that out. Warning: rarely people have a problem photo photodermatitis while taking fennel, but fennel has hormonal effects and should not be consumed by pregnant women. Now, I heard you remember what I said about the breastfeeding, so let's just say that's when you're pregnant, it's not recommended. But after you've had the baby and you're breastfeeding, that's when that was suggested. So just put that out there. Okay. So let's do, I said three. We're going to try to get as many as we can. Um, we're all settling down, getting ready to have a late dinner. So you might hear my family walking around. So feverfew. Okay, feverfew is an herb that is widely used for migraines. It grows along roadsides in the Rockies and disturbed soil. Okay, it is cultivated in some home herb in ornamental gardens. All right, also known as, I will not be able to pronounce that, so we're just going to stay with the feverfew. Okay, it's also known as that, and then chamomile is another name for it, and bachelor's button. All right, it is a member of the aster daisy family. Edible use: feverfew leaves are edible but are very bitter. All right. Medical use: the leaves and flowers are used medically. Typical doses are 2 to 3 leaves per day, with a proportionately reduced dose for children over the age of 3. Migraines and tension headaches. Taking feverfew regularly while as a works as a preventative for migraine headaches, as does butter brewer. I'm from the South, so we're gonna spell that out. Butterer, as in boy, you are. Okay. It might it must be taken regularly to work. Feverfew may work in a few ways. In anti-inflammatory by uh, inhibiting smooth muscle contraction as an anesthetic. I can't even pronounce it today. And by inhibiting blood platelets. Um, aggravation. It may also help via other mechanisms still being studied. Use the flower in leaves, fresh and dried, to prevent migraines. Chew 1 to 4 leaves per day or drink a cup of favor, feverfew leaf tea daily or use daily tincture. For people with migraines, simply keep dried leaves of feverfew tincture on hand with you. If mouth sores develop, like from chewing the leaves regularly, switch to the powder or the tincture form. The tea leaf or tincture may also be used as a treatment for tension headaches. So it's not just subject. It's good for known for the migraines, but it's also good for just a regular tension headache. All right. Fevers, colds, and flu, flu pain, and colic. Feverfew gets its name from its traditional use in treating fevers. Hot feverfew tea helps break a fever and treats the aches and pains associated with cold and flu. It's anti-inflammatory and anesthetic. It it is an anti-inflammatory and anesthetic. Okay, for colic in babies and young children, try just a few drops of the cold infusion. Okay, menstrual cramps, and to regulate the menses. Feverfew is both a uterine stimulant and a pain reliever and is particularly good in relieving painful menstrual cramping and in bringing on menses. So I guess if you're late, it can help bring it on, right? Feverfew shouldn't be used if you are pregnant as it can stimulate urinary contraction and directly affect the baby. All right. There is a warning here, so we're going to always read the warnings. Warning: some people have an allergic reaction to feverfew, and dermatitis can also occur with skin contact. Chewing the leaves can cause mouth sores in some people. If you are allergic to ragweed, marigold, or give me a second, what was the other one? Marigold, or what's the other one here? Give me a second here. Or anything along in that family. I don't see the other one. But yeah, if you're allergic to those things, um, you may also react to the feverfew. Do not use during pregnancy as it causes contractions. So if you're pregnant, that's why they say don't use it because it causes contractions. Do not use on people who have blood circulation problems. There you go. Ooh, stick. Ooh, next one is garlic. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these are going in alphabetical order. So when I have the playlist, or when you go to the playlist, if you know the beginning letter of the herb or plant or whatever, you can go in alphabetical order. So if it's an A, it's going to be towards the beginning of the list. If it's a G and the stuff's going to go start going towards the middle. So just FYI. So next we're going to use garlic. Garlic has a strong medical value in its taste, and it tastes great. Most people would benefit greatly by eating more garlic, no matter how good or bad their health. She says she uses garlic for nearly everything. Most of the garlic that she uses now is cultivated. It is found in nearly every herb garden and kitchen garden across the country and is easily found in supermarkets. Don't fall for the prepared garlic. However, chop a fresh chop it fresh and make your own garlic products for minimum health. Okay? Edible use: the buds are the only part of the garlic eaten and are usually used for seasoning or as a condiment. Okay, just the buds. Medical use: this part's going to be, I expected it to be longer, but it's a good amount. So let's go ahead and finish it. Medical use: for internal use, she usually recommends that people simply eat more garlic in their food. For the best results, garlic should be chopped fine and allowed to rest for 10 minutes or so before cooking. Eating it raw is even better. Chopping in allowing time for the sulfurous compounds to develop in the garlic will make it more potent. Some people com- complain of a strong garlic smell in the sweat when consuming garlic. This is a natural response and indicates that the body is using the beneficial components. To alleviate this complaint, eat fresh parsley with the garlic. That's me. I don't like to eat garlic or strong onions because I feel like I can smell it really strong. My body's really sensitive. So I may try, because I do like the taste of garlic, I may try it like she recommended with the parsley to see if that helps, because I don't like the smell of it on someone's body. All right, so, and I can smell it on myself and anyone else who eats it. Just like when you have a strong sense of smell, you can smell alcohol even if they brush their teeth and use mouthwash. You can smell it through their pores. I can smell colds. I can smell when somebody's about to get sick. I can smell when somebody is sick, like stuff like that. So I have a really sensitive nose, so I might try the parsley part. Taking garlic as medicine. In general, use garlic in any way that best suits you. People who don't like the strong flavor can put it in capsules, but she likes using the fresh and chopped finely and crushed to release the beneficial sulfuric compounds. You can also take it as a tincture. For people who like garlic, try chewing one whole raw clove at each meal or drinking garlic juice daily, right? Treating viral, treating viral, bacterial, and parasitic infections. Garlic is a potent antibiotic, antifungal, and antiparasitic plant. Use garlic to treat infections of all kinds, including colds, flu, sore throats, bronchitis, stomach flu, and intestinal worms. Now, I knew about the cold and flu and can help. I didn't know about the sore throat or bronchitis or even the stomach flu or even the worms. So that's good to know. All right. Thrush. Yeast and fungal infection. Use garlic preparations topically to treat thrush infections and other types of yeast or fungal infections. Spread a paste of garlic on the affected area several times a day and eat garlic regularly to clear the infection internally. Digestive problems. Garlic improves digestion and is useful to relieve excessive gas, bloating, and other digestive upsets. So garlic improves digestion and is useful to relieve excessive gas, bloating, and other digestive upsets. Lower blood sugar in diabetics. Garlic helps lower blood sugar in diabetics by improving the function of the pancreas and increasing the secretion of insulin. This helps the body regulate blood sugar levels and alleviate the problems associated with high blood sugar. To be effective, garlic needs to be eaten at every meal in sufficient quantities. Adding a couple of cloves of pickled garlic to the meal is usually enough to get the full benefits. Bronchitis, whooping cough, congestion of all causes. Garlic has a strong decongestant effect and ex- ex- expectorant action. All right, it is useful for um, loosening up phlegm and mucus if it's a problem, like if it's access, if it's more. Garlic also reduces fever and kills off underlying infections. It is also useful for bronchial asthma, where the breathing passages have swollen, making breathing difficult. Right? Elevated blood cholesterol levels and blood pressure. Garlic effectively lowers blood cholesterol levels and blood pressure when consumed regularly. Corns, warts, and acne. For corns, warts, and acne, rub a paste made from fresh minced garlic onto the affected area or the affected spot. Garlic actually softens softens and soothes the skin, and kills the viral or bacterial infection causing the problem. That's really awesome to know. So we have a member in our family that suffers from bronchitis. Well, especially around a certain time of year, especially in fall. So we will be adding some minced garlic to our meals to offset that. So there you go. So far we covered three different ones. So we did Feverfew, and then we did garlic, and what was the other one? Was there three? And Fennel. Fennel was the other. So I'll put all three in the title and add it to the playlist. I hope you guys enjoyed those. I did three because I had been so busy with doing the new live on TikTok that I skipped a couple. So I wanted to do the two that I skipped and the one that was already due for the weekend. So I did it today. So next Friday we will be back in on schedule for Fridays. So I love you guys. Take care. Take a moment if you've heard something that caught your ear. Take a moment to research it. Like I said, take it to your doctor or your nutritionist and make sure that it benefits you and doesn't affect your medications, and then you're good to go. I love you guys. Have a great day.